Winter just won't lose its grip on northern Alberta. Seems like January, and the Oilers probably wish it still was. They're playing one of their best stretches of hockey, but they're 7 out of the playoffs, and they're running out of games. Toronto Maple Leafs are trying to hunt down Boston in that battle for home ice advantage in the Atlantic Division. Ron Hainsey is there with Morgan Rielly. Tavares lying in front of them. Here's Larson moving in with a shot. Anderson forced to make his first save, and he reels in the rebound. And just like 10 days ago, Craig, Oilers had a good start in Toronto. They have a good start here. And the pass didn't get to him. Zaitsev, though, holds the line. Hard centering pass, tipped right on, and Stolarz stopped Matthews. Good first shift for the Matthews line. Up against the line, centered by Colby Cave. Here's Jujhar Khaira, just back from an injury himself, trying to stuff the puck in. Cave couldn't find it on the rebound. He's got Connor Brown with him. Now John Tavares has come off the bench for Gauthier. Ennis with a wraparound attempt, loose puck, shot just wide of the net, or cleared by that massive humanity in front. Turns to try and get rid of Oscar Klefbom, who needs some help here. Larson gives it to him, doesn't get out. Marincin with a shot, tipped out of the air by Ennis, and Stolarz had it hit him in the chest. Kassian cycles back. Nugent Hopkins to the blue line. Russell's shot. And Frederik Andersen makes a nice save with traffic around his net the other way. McDavid's got some speed. The drop pass. Nugent Hopkins. McDavid. Quick shot. That hit the post. Off the glove on the post. Back to the blue line. Darnell Nurse. Here's Chris Russell with his shot. Big crowd in front of the net. Where's the puck? It's still loose in front of Andersen. And he reached out while on his stomach to grab on. Working hard in the corner here. Through the puck towards the net. Tavares on his backhand, stopped by Stolarz. Loose puck. They bang away at it, and Stolarz is down and covers it up. And Tavares looks skyward along with Marner in disbelief.
And what a play by Tavares right in front of the goaltender. Just that little tip.
Austin Matthews won the ensuing draw. Zaitsev shot. There's a nice blocker save by Stolarz. Puck's given away, and then Johnsson took the gift and missed the net with it. Johnsson dumps the puck in. Kapanen had a look around before the puck came to him, to Matthews, and he tipped the puck into the corner. Not sure if Stolarz got a piece of that or not. Here's Matthews, turns, made a pass. It's loose at the side of the net. Marner was trying to feed that to Kadri. Leon Draisaitl shorthanded, back in, shoots. Anderson forced to make a save with Toby Reeder right there. That's a great rush for Draisaitl. Tipped out of the air by Johnsson, but he couldn't control the puck, so the Oilers send it back the other way. McDavid bursts through, shoots. Anderson makes the save. Kind of appeared out of nowhere, didn't he? Just on a change. Rielly just holds the line. Matthews turns into the middle. Kadri's quick shot, just wide of the net. Marner. Matthews from Kadri and back, couldn't get a good shot away. Tavares threw the puck back. Rielly fires and scores! Birthday boy Morgan Rielly with the big shot and his 18th goal of the season with 3 seconds left in the penalty, 14 in the period.
And with just that much time in the period and the penalty, you could tell just a hurry for Rielly. He's got a bouncing puck and a bit of a deflection off the left leg of Brodziak.
Down goes Draisaitl. Gauthier's going to get a penalty. Here comes McDavid, and a great save by Anderson. A couple of the Leafs looks like they quit with the period coming to an end. He's up against Zaitsev, turned back, lost the puck. Here's Zach Hyman racing away. Nurse cut him off. Kapanen comes up, and the shot went wide on the short side. Good job by Chris Russell, who also checked Tavares. Bouncing puck for Rielly, takes the shot. Stolarz made the save. Hit him in the chest, and he smothered the rebound. Sekera on the other side, threw the puck into the middle. Knocked down, and Marlowe starts out the center. Here's Rielly on the rush. Turns to the net, tipped right in front, and a terrific save by Stolarz with Patrick Marleau racing to the net to join Morgan Rielly. Darnell Nurse with all sorts of room. Goes back to the wing, Nugent Hopkins into the middle, a relay, quick shot by Draisaitl, and a big save by Frederik Andersen.
Boy, Draisaitl's got to be shaking his head. The last couple of games, you know, he's been on such a hot roll.
There's the long pass for Gagne, looks towards the front of the net, found Draisaitl, and he stopped again. Another beauty of a save right to left for Frederik Andersen. Pretty tight checking, nothing wide open right now. Maybe that'll change. Tavares gets in, kind of deep, scores! There was nothing for about 5 minutes, and then Tavares busted up the middle and did it himself. 2-0 Toronto.
And how about that patience? Stolarz bid on the first move here by Tavares. Watch when he comes in. Stolarz goes down right there. So when you got him down, pull him to the back and get that forehand just chipped up and over.
Draisaitl knocked it into the corner. There's a McDavid shot knocked out of the air. Loose puck side of the net. Draisaitl's around it again. The puck is still loose with Anderson down, lying across the goal mouth without his stick. And the Maple Leafs survived it again. So close for Draisaitl tonight. And on the left wing with McDavid again as McDavid turns, shoots. Anderson the save. Rebound is loose, knocked away. And the Maple Leafs get out. Kasperi Kapanen advances the puck. Got by Nugent Hopkins, stops up, looking for some help here, someone to pass to. A turn back at the line, backhand pass into the middle, Marleau's shot. Deflected away, and Stolarz again couldn't control the puck, but he got some help at the side of the net. Got the puck ahead to Tavares off the bench, little backhand pass out in front, Muzzin shoots, he scores!
Nylander with the saucer pass that just lands, and Stolarz gets his right foot across, kicks the post out, and the youngster celebrating. Muzzin jumping in and making a 3-0 game.
Ratty turned back, Zaitsev pinned him. They'll go back to the blue line. Klefbom to Larson, fires a shot and a nice blocker save. There's a little room over there.
The knob of the stick was right there, and
Jujhar Khaira can't clear it. Hainsey fires a shot. Loose in front and up for grabs there, and Ennis couldn't get a hold of that. And now they'll move back in. Muzzin's up on the play again. Waits, takes. Stolarz looks after that. Kassian barges in, takes the puck. Draisaitl's out front. McDavid goes up the boards. Darnell Nurse waits, takes, deflected right on. A high tip by Kassian, cleaned up by Anderson, who's had a very tidy night. To Draisaitl, got the screen in front. Slowly, penalty is almost over. There's McDavid back to the front of the net. Puck's up for grabs. Draisaitl shoots it. How the heck did that stay out? Riley's back on another shot. Nugent Hopkins took that and it steered aside. To the front of the net harmlessly, Matthews takes over. Flip ahead for Kasperi Kapanen to race onto the puck, and he does that. Has Johnsson in front of the net. Hangs on and takes the shot, and he hit Matthews. A little backhander is right into the glove of Anthony Stolarz. Back along the boards. David kept the puck in. Side of the net. There's a shot to goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Goaltender out with 1:39 to go, and the Oilers creep a little bit closer.
Saucer pass back, and this one just goes right through the 5-hole on Anderson as Nugent-Hopkins following that puck across, but it's Kassian getting in on Hainsey that allows the puck to get to Leon Draisaitl.
Kassian works to hold the puck in. Now he goes to the front of the net. There's a centering pass, and they get another one. Klefbom jumped in off the blue line and makes it a 3-2 game with 53 seconds to go.
And that one, Anderson can't quite get there.
That becomes the goaltender leaves. Here comes McDavid. Kassian stopped by Anderson. Huge save with 30 seconds to go. Puck's kept in. Here's Nugent-Hopkins running out of time. He went down along the boards, and the Oilers can't make a miraculous comeback happen tonight. The Maple Leafs hold on for a 3-2 win. It was 3-0 with 3 minutes to go in the third period and finishes 3-2.
This one looked like it was going to be an easy finish for the Toronto Maple Leafs to end this road trip, but they needed Anderson to be awfully strong at the end to hold on.